What up, TechCrunch land? How you all doing? It's been a while, hasn't it? So January 31st was the last episode of Crunch Report. Since then, been making some reviews, you know, traveling a little bit. I went on paternity leave, had a kid. Things have been going pretty well, but I've been wanting to make a weekly show. A show where we delve onto like a specific topic. It could include interviews, skits, different segments within the show. This is it. This is the new weekly show. I don't even know if it'll go out weekly. Right now, I'm just testing it, trying the waters, seeing how it all is. I'm glad to have you. Leave your feedback in the comments, and you know, I'll try to improve the show over time. What are we gonna talk about today? It's the Musk of Musks, right? The Musket himself, Elon Musk. He's in the news. Now, why? As usual, he's crazy. He's a crazy person. He's a crazy CEO. But we love him for that, that's why. August 7th of last week, he said, "I'm considering taking Tesla private at $420. Funding secured." Twitterverse, the tech people, they went crazy. What does that mean? How would that work? It's a publicly traded company. Is somebody gonna buy it? Everyone's like, Then Tesla puts out a blog post. In that, they have more information. Here's a couple bits of it. First, a final decision has not been made, but the reason for doing this is all about creating the environment for Tesla to operate best. Why did he do this? He said, as a public company, we are subject to wild swings in our stock price that can be a major distraction for everyone working at Tesla, all of whom are shareholders. Being public also subjects us to quarterly earnings cycles that puts enormous pressure on Tesla to make decisions that may be right for a given quarter, but not necessarily right for the long term. Finally, as the most shorted stock in the history of the stock market, being public means that there are large numbers of people who have the incentives to attack the company. And in the past, he's talked about, you know, people shorting the company often, and he has a little bit of a sore spot for them. And he goes on to talking about how this whole taking Tesla private would work, comparing it to SpaceX, that they would both be completely separate, but the governing of Tesla would work very similar to how SpaceX is operated. And then he goes on to be even more specific about the $420 a share. He says, first, I would like to structure this so that all shareholders have a choice. Either they can stay investors in a private Tesla, or they can be bought out at $420 per share, which is 20% premium over the stock price following our Q2 earnings call, which had already increased by 16%. My hope is for all shareholders to remain, but if they prefer to be bought out, then this would enable that to happen at a nice premium. All right, to help me dissect all this crazy, let's talk to Matt Burns, the managing editor at TechCrunch, a car company enthusiast, and someone who's been following this developing story because what does it all mean? All right, Matt, what's up, man? How you doing?
Good, Tito, how are you?
Good. How's the weather out there?
It's hot. My air conditioning doesn't work right now.
Nice. That's always lovely. Should Tesla go private, or should it stay public?
I don't think that's really up to me to decide, but if they do go private, right?
Yeah.
There's big advantages for Elon Musk in that he doesn't have to report what he's doing on a quarterly basis to the world. And for Elon Musk, somebody that likes to talk a lot, that's probably a good thing.
Because he just likes to move quick and not have to worry and just create.
Yeah, you know, let's not forget, it's really, really hard to make a car.
Yeah.
And Tesla's doing it in a very public way. And they're trying to show that they're a major automaker. But, I mean, they've only been around since early 2000s, where General Motors and Ford's been around for over 100 years, where they have all these suppliers and this big network of suppliers that can feed them parts. And it's a big organization, where Tesla's much, much smaller, but they're trying to live up to the hype.
Give me a little history lesson. Has this ever happened before with such a big like automotive company going the opposite way, not wanting to be public anymore and going private?
I'm not sure about automotive, but it does happen. It's not common.
Yeah.
Most recently, Michael Dell, the founder of Dell, took Dell off the market, and they went public, or they went private rather, in an attempt to restructure and to take the company and put it back to its roots. And that seems to be working. There is a history of this, but it's not the most common thing.
The way that Elon Musk told the world with like a simple tweet, right? He just tweeted it out there. Do you think that's enough for the SEC to bring any action? Like, do you think he should have gone about it differently?
he probably should have done it differently. Much like Donald Trump rules the world with Twitter, Elon Musk probably shouldn't be doing such a major announcement over Twitter with just a single tweet.
Yeah. And then it's interesting because they're having the Saudi Arabia, he's saying that it's the Saudi Arabia public fund that is going to be financially backing this endeavor. Thoughts on that?
Yeah, so Saudi Arabia has a very large venture fund, and they have money in Uber, they have money in Virgin's space program, they have money into SoftBank's a venture fund as well. And they have a lot of money. And as Elon Musk put it, they have more than enough money to take them private. However, Tesla's going to need more help. So it's going to take around $72 billion to take them private. And the Saudi Arabia fund will not cover all of that. They're going to have to find other avenues for funding too.
Azalea Banks' music, why are you such a big fan of it?
I can tell you who Yellow Card and Smash Mouth is. But, when her name came up, I had to Google that.
Me too. I never heard of her before. Why did she? Why is she even a part of this? How did this even happen?
I mean, the world's a big place, Tito, and I live in Michigan, and you live way outside of San Francisco. It's a big, crazy world out there.
All right. Finally, thoughts on Tesla as a company right now?
Well, like I said, it's really, really hard to make a car.
Yeah.
And Tesla should be applauded for making it as far as they have. They did start up right? They did a startup correctly. They started out with an MVP. They took an existing car with a Lotus, and they stuffed batteries in it, and they sold it for a lot of money. And then that rolled into the Model S. And then once they perfected the Model S, they improved and made the Model X. And now they're on the Model 3. And so it is pretty incredible what they have been able to do. But in order to take the company profitable, because the company still doesn't make money, they need to make the Model 3 in such quantities that people are going to be able to buy them for a low cost while they still make a lot of money. And that's really, really hard. Yeah. So whatever they need to do to get to there, I encourage them to do that. And if it's taking them private, then so be it. But yeah, I wish them luck.
I mean, and thinking of Elon Musk, it shouldn't be too much of a surprise because, I mean, the guy is like building tunnels and, connecting your brain. I mean, taking something private kind of seems like normal in the world of Elon Musk.
Oh, he does. He is not a normal guy. And for all of his faults and for all of his loudmouth behavior, he certainly does fulfill most of his promises. At least it seems so. And if he can get around to fixing my city's water, because I live in Flint, like he said he would, that would be great.
That would be a little cherry on top.
But that hasn't happened yet. So,
All right, Matt Burns, thank you very much.
Thank
you so much. And here's a little video of Matt eating it. That looked like it hurt, man.
I still hurt. That was 2 days ago at my daughter's birthday party at a trampoline park, and it hurts. It hurts a lot.
All right, see you, buddy. I love you.
All right.
What does this all mean? I think for Tesla, it's a good thing because then Elon Musk has more control over his empire. He has SpaceX and Tesla, and he won't have to worry about dealing with the market. But now he will have private investors. And he has even stated that later on, once Tesla gets past its growth period, which we've already heard this, they've been trying to hit like a goal of 5,000. He's been sleeping at the company. I mean, the guy wants to build this company and he wants to grow it, and he's doing everything that he can, which is, I don't care what you guys say, it's kind of admirable. But anyway, enough Elon fanboying. This is all about Tesla going private with a crazy big personality at the helm like Elon Musk. I mean, isn't that what makes great companies? If you think of Apple with Steve Jobs, Amazon with Jeff Bezos, Twitter and Square with Jack Dorsey, many of the big CEOs, entrepreneurs have been out there, have had crazy ideas, and then they follow them and they execute on them and they create almost like legends around them. This is just part of that story, part of that canon. Definitely, this is only the beginning. Will the SEC file charges? Will the lawyers get involved? Or will this just all blow over and be one of the biggest, best investment decisions and business decisions an entrepreneur has ever made? I don't know, but I'm pretty excited to see what happens next. All right, thank you so much. First episode complete. Give me some feedback. And you know, I'm gonna evolve this show over time and hopefully make it better, get more guests, you know, do different things, try things, maybe take the show private. Just kidding, I don't even know. Subscribe to us on YouTube, leave a comment, hit me up on Twitter, Tito Yo, and we'll see you on the next episode, whenever that is. All right, peace.